Horse Award is in recognition of an individual whose life has truly been impacted by horses. So it's not in recognition of service or how much money you've raised for horses or whatever. It is about honoring a person whose life has been impacted by horses and who continues to give back to this industry. So we're very proud in 2017 to present the Spirit of the Horse Award to a woman who has spent decades tirelessly giving back to horses, and that is Jeanne Vuyosevich from Sunset Meadow Horse Farm in Farmingdale. Jeanne, you were nominated by Dr. Kathy Ball for this award. For those of you who know Jeanne, you know that there is not a horse alive that isn't a special horse. Jeanne is a thoroughbred trainer. She also has trained standardbreds, but she is a caregiver to horses. And if you go to Sunset Meadow, and all of the letters, Jeanne, and if you like those, or if you haven't seen them, there are about 15 support letters. I will share those with you. Everyone echoed the same sentiment that Dr. Ball's nomination did about caring, whether it's foaling, rehabilitation, your layups, your mares and foals, your other animals on the farm, whether it be dogs, chickens, whatever. I mean, as at the table, we've heard all kinds of stories about different kinds of critters that you have at Sunset Meadow Horse Farm. Dr. Ball stated in her recommendation that you are a consummate professional horsewoman and that you have an innate feeling for what is good for a horse and what makes a horse happy. And Kathy also shared that whether it was a horse that she was vetting before a race at Monmouth Park that you were training, or whether you were just visiting, she was visiting you at the farm, she always knew that the animal that you were going to present to her was absolutely ready for the task at hand, and she certainly remembers that. Jeanne has an interesting background. When she was 11, she lived abroad in Spain with her parents. Her mother was an international opera singer. And Jeanne started riding Andalusians. When she came home, she was very active in 4-H, and she became a young adult rider, and then, of course, very active with Stella Almeida in Monmouth County. She's been an instructor, a horse show judge, again, a thoroughbred trainer. She has ridden in all disciplines. I think, Jeanne, we're getting to the age, though, we better stop breaking those young horses and stay off those crazy thoroughbreds for a while. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, but we all know how high-strung some of these racehorses can be, especially those that are just coming off the track or who haven't gotten there yet. And we want you to be around here for a long time. As an adult, she was employed in her dream job as foaling manager for the successful Holly Crest stables. And again, she became an expert in foaling and taking care of broodmares and young horses. Her whole life has evolved around horses and her Sunset Meadow farm, and she shares with her dear husband, Ken Kehoe. And she embodies what the Spirit of the Horse Award means. Her life, it is her life. And I think, Jeanne, maybe in a remark or two when you come up here, tell us what your life would be like if you didn't have horses in your life. She's made a lot of friends. Again, the letters of people who are clients of Jeanne's, but former clients, people who don't own horses anymore, but they always knew, irrespective of discipline, breed of horse, whatever, they had a horse that needed being taken care of, send it to Jeanne. And so I'm going to ask Jeanne to come up. Is Dr. Ball still here? She is. If you would, Kathy, come up, and Maggie as well. We're going to present the 2017 Spirit of the Horse Award to Jeanne Vuyosevich. out of the box just for a little bit of time because we don't want to break it. Old fumble hands here. Jeannie, this is, there we go. I'm more nervous than you are. The 2017 Spirit of the Horse Award, presented by Rutgers Equine Science Center, awarded to Jeanne Vuyosevich in 2007.
Let me move.
Let's get a picture. Kathy, let's get in here a little bit more. One. And then, of course, Jeanne, your family can go out later and take family photos outside in front of Nelson. Okay, yes, you may say something, and I'm going to wrap this back up for you.
Thank you, because I'm in trouble. This award is so special to me because I'm still in the wow moment, and anybody that knows me knows I don't do what I do for awards or thank yous and such. I just breed horses all day long, and they've been the focus of my entire life. When I was a kid, I was the ultimate horse-crazy kid. I ran the legs off my Breyer horses. I rode my rocking horse to death to watching Fury and Roy Rogers and the Lone Ranger. I read every horse book you could possibly get your hands on. And yes, I can see cantering across my yard. So I think you could say the Spirit of the Horse has been with me a very long time. I especially want to thank Kathy Ball for even thinking enough to nominate me, for her dedication to all animals and her help whenever I call her. To my friends, family, and clients that wrote these beautiful letters, that was such an honor in itself. And to my husband, Kenneth, because 36 years ago, I told him in no uncertain terms that the horses would always come first. And instead of running far away, he has spent a lifetime building barns and fences, grooming, foaling, shipping horses, mucking stalls, fixing everything on the farm, depriving himself of days off and vacations to ensure that the farm life we have stays a reality. Oh yeah, and I forgot. All the ice packs and back roads for all the times I fell off, got kicked, run over. Honey, I couldn't have done it without you. I've had so many wonderful mentors that have shared their passion and their experience in riding and training, their magic in rehab, their skill in handling stallions at a time when women were not welcome in the breeding shed. My years of 4-H, the most wonderful time of my life. I gained life skills and most of my lifelong friends. The veterinarians who respected us enough to have us manage farms. And the owners who entrust in our care their beloved and valuable horses. But I have one mentor story I need to share because of the major impact it had on my life. When I was 7 years old, my riding instructor, Al Truglia, of High Hope Farm in Middletown, knew we did not have the financial status to maintain such a horse-crazy kid. So he said to my father, "Nick, I'll do everything I can to help Jeanne." He said, "We can trade riding lessons for cleaning tack, washing buckets, brushing horses." He said, "As her ability grows, I'll give her opportunities and more horses to ride. But I want you to do something for me. I want you to go to Bunchy's horse auction up in Edison. I want you to walk around. Let Jeanne see all the horses and ponies for sale. Take her to the tack shop. Let her buy something for her horsey coat chest. But at the end of the night, I want you to go stand by the cattle trucks that ship the slaughter-bound horses." To this day, I can still hear those frightened wings, the hooves sliding down those metal ramps. And I know from that experience is why I answer the calls, educate often, and find dignity for these wonderful, soulful creatures. And not so many years ago, before Al passed, I asked him, "Why would you want a 7-year-old to have this experience?" And he looked at me and he said, "I wanted to find out what kind of horse person you were going to be." So, in this industry equine, It doesn't matter how much experience you have, how many titles you hold, how much you think you know. You can learn something new every day. And I want to leave you with this. If you'll really listen, feel with your hands, your bodies, and your heart, and take a step back to observe, the horse will speak. So thank you for my award. And may the